Hi guys, hope you had an awesome weekend. So today we're going to be talking about, maybe I need to bring the mic a little bit closer, bring the volume down. There we go. Wake up, Rudo. We need to talk about Bitcoin creating a V reversal. A lot of the times people are saying, and I see that that's trending at the moment, V reversal, we're going to go to the moon. So what is a V reversal? Let's start. So you don't need to go far or look far to look for a V reversal. I'm going to kind of unpack what is a V reversal for you guys. So if you go into Bitcoin on the 15-minute, I mean, there was a V reversal last night, yesterday morning. Okay. Depending on where you are in the world. So what do I mean by a V reversal? Well, simple. The way that you identify the market creating a V reversal is there's normally a massive sell-off, and then immediately the market turns around and then runs in the opposite direction for really good gains. The most popular V reversal that we will have for Bitcoin would be this one here in the March COVID drop, when the market just did this and turned around and Bitcoin created the bull market fuzz. That would probably be the most popular V reversal that you can go and have a look at. So back to what is the definition and why I'm saying that we don't have a V reversal just yet. I'm doing the opposite of what everybody's saying. I'm thinking it's not going to happen. The reason is as follows. When you have a V reversal, there's important things that you need to take note. You need to look at the RSI, because remember, trend lines, it's just directional. You need to know what the momentum is, the structure is, before you can really define V reversals and stuff like that. So the first thing is a V reversal, the market needs to turn around. So if that is the case, what do we need? We need a higher high. So you can go to the RSI, look for the highest point there, or just look for the highest point in price here on the candle side of things and put your higher high line in there, because that's the first thing you need for a V reversal. You need the higher high. Then the second thing that you need is you need to have hidden bearish divergence deleted. Now, how does that look? Well, if you were to rewind rewind this to there, let's take it there. A V reversal could still just be a trap in the form, in formation for bears or bulls, depends on the direction. Based on the fact that you would normally look at this and say, well, if this is where we're going to have hidden divergence, meaning the continuation of this trend, this is statistically the area where that will occur, that little highlighted range between the higher high and there. So you need to have hidden bullish divergence deleted. So how hidden bullish divergence looks is the market will have the RSI make a higher high, as well as then price make the higher high. Now we know what happened here. If I hit the play button, it's pretty evident. Pause, and then you run it there. There's your higher high on the RSI. There's your higher high on price. V reversal, check. Now we can dream big. Okay. And there's many areas where we can have more of this. You can see that the similarities will be the same. So you'll have a sell-off in price. You'll have price completely engulf that by making a higher high and deleting any signs of a hidden bearish divergence for a bullish V reversal. Meaning price needs to make the higher high and the RSI needs to make a higher high. Then typically V reversal, shallow retrace to the moon. That's the way it works, okay? There's more of these examples that we can have a look at. This is a typical bearish V reversal. We shorted this last week in the Discord. So you have your move, you have the price go and make, in this instance, a lower low. So I'm just going to put that yellow line in there, and a lower low on the RSI. So what we're doing is we're deleting any signs of hidden bullish divergence that's going to try and combat or reverse our trade. Shallow retrace to the moon, and this to the floor basically. And that is a really good example of that. Now, here's the trick with scary fake V reversals. That's why I'm saying it's not V reversal just yet. It's a good example of that. For all intents and purposes, up to this point, it looks exactly the same. Wouldn't you agree? But here's the difference. The clue lies in the RSI, okay? The last pivot that we have in the RSI is actually there. And although we are slowly trying to engulf this entire bearish structure, we have not made a higher high. And that's the problem that we have. And a lot of the times, what will happen is as price creeps up to this area, the RSI will overtake that pivot so quickly that you will have your hidden bearish divergence and then a continuation. So that's the continuation of the bearish trend, and that's the problem that we have. So if I take this to where we are right now, Bitcoin on the 4-hour, where everybody's screaming V reversal. If we look at this, what do we have? We've got a bearish structure here. So bearish engulfing structure, meaning we had all this accumulation happen, and then one big bearish candle that basically took everybody out. Okay, all their stops taken out of the market. And what we have is the bulls trying to reclaim that. But when I taught you a while ago about trend direction, well, let's before I do that, what is the next thing that now needs to happen in order for this to be a V reversal? We need to go make a higher high, which we haven't done yet. Okay, and then we need to delete hidden bullish, or in this case, bearish divergence, in order to know that the market is going to go in the opposite direction. And what do we have? We don't have that yet. We've got hidden bearish divergence intact, meaning the market's not making a higher high. RSI is making a higher high. So this is not by all definition a V reversal just yet. Okay. Now, what I was trying to say to you guys a little bit earlier before we're going to move on, and maybe what I need to do is I'm just going to switch off these setups so that the screen's just a little cleaner for you guys. There's another one sitting there. There we go. Okay. Now, what did I say to you guys about dissecting trend directions a while ago? So it was simple. It's very easy, actually. If you look at any price structure, the side that has the bigger candle, that's the trend direction. So you don't even need a trend line to define that. And if you look at the way the market was moving at this stage, what side had the bigger candles? There was massive blue candles. Two small white candles for each blue candle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles for each blue candle. And as the market is slowly shifting trend momentum, now you're getting candles similar size. You know, your attack candles, your trend creating candles. Massive blue candle, massive white candle. Big blue candle, bigger white candle. Bigger white candle, smaller blue candles. And where we're at now, this V reversal that everybody's saying to me, for me, from a purely trending point of view, what's the odds that we're going to go make a higher high? Very low, because what we were able to do with all this momentum, it takes us 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to try and turn that around. So is the strength with the bulls or is the strength with the bears? I'll leave it with you. Okay. So for me, I'm not saying V reversal. And if we then go to the setups and stuff that I shared, we can quickly then talk it out of what would be the next move for me realistically. Remember now, and I can't give you guys trading advice or anything. I'm just laying out the probabilities, and I'm leaving you with the information as in depth as I can potentially get it to you so that you can make an informed decision. That's all. Okay. Before we do that, just a kind reminder, my Blofin spot trade group is starting today. It's in the Discord. All you need to do is have a Blofin account. Links in the video description. Then you go to the Discord. That's also in the video description if you want to get there. Click on Get Partner Roles and scroll down to the Blofin claim Blofin role. Now, what it will do is we'll create a one-on-one chat ticket between you and myself in the Discord. Nobody else can see it. And in that, there will be just the requirements. You need to sign up with the link, obviously. There's additional benefits depending on how much you deposit. And then the information I need to get you connected. You know, you like your TradingView username and your Blofin ID to verify everything. And that's it. And all that you can send to me in this area, this one-on-one chat channel. You'll see there's many guys that's already logged theirs and so forth. And there's a few guys I still have to respond to. Okay, as simple as that. So then you can join the spot trade group, which is starting today. Okay, so we're going to get busy pretty soon. Back to the charts now, back to Bitcoin and what the setups that I've shared with you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to switch everything on where we're at, and so that we can take it from there. Now, in the last, let's just have a look at it from this point. In the last while, it's the last, what's it, 2 months, the setups have not been doing really well that I've shared with you guys. Why? Because I was trying to time the top of the market, and mistakenly it took me out. Bad luck. Okay. Which the idea would be that this short would be the one that takes us down to at least 93, thereabout. And in all intents and purposes, that short should still then be active. Now, I am in a version of that short at the moment, and I'm still holding it. I mean, at some stage, it really looked nice, but I'm still holding my short because I'm looking for that 96, 97 big payday. Okay. Secondly, where we at in our track record, let me just move this thing back so it's out of the way. I explained to you guys last week that even if we were to go long here and it fails, which it did, I will look to go long here. And the sad thing is, for everybody that followed YouTube only, you would have missed the entry. Because Friday, when I marked it out, the explanation was this is the area where hidden bullish divergence will enter the market for the continuation. And whether we do make the higher high and break through, that is the part that's up for debate. Hence the fact that there's still a short entry coming our way, okay, which I actually want to share with you guys today. And if you were in the Discord participating in, the things that I do there, let me just clean this out and show the 4 hour. You would have managed to get in on the move. There was the buy zone between entry 1 and 4. This was the same setup that I shared on YouTube. And where we're at right now, we're moving into that swing sell zone. Okay, so now you're up to date of where the market is moving. So frustratingly so, sometimes when the market is changing trend, the market can trick us. There was also a failed short before we had our move. So it can be that the market is tricking us, and this V reversal, potentially the beginning of that trick. Okay, so I'm going to share the setup now with you guys. Before I do that, I'm going to head over to the comments. Just going to say hi to you guys. So you're more than welcome to just drop me a comment, ask me a question, anything like that. At the end of the stream this time, I would definitely like to, see if I can help. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Lizol. Good morning to you guys. Morning, Renee, Tali. Hello, Dave. Setting up for a good trading week. Yes, I believe that we're going to have a really good trading week because we're sitting in a situation now where we're no longer chopping. When you're in this kind of environment where there's a support line, there's a resistance line, and we're bouncing between that area, okay, and that typically is boring because the market doesn't want to do anything. But once you start falling below certain supports, turning it into resistance, you can see now that the amount of time that the market potentially will spend between these ranges changes. Okay, and means that we're going to be trending. Even if it's bearish trending, I don't care, because as a trader, I can make money both directions. And that's why I think that it's going to be a profitable market, because just like this short at this moment, when I shared it in the Discord, and you guys anybody can join in on this. It's very simple. I'll actually show you in the Discord. It's literally just in this channel there. When I shared it right there, you can go and click on it and trade with me. That short was on the basis that we've already now gone through the choppy section when the market was doing nothing for days. And now we're in this area where it's moving fast and the momentum is kicking in. Now there's volatility. And that's the reason why I think we're going to have a really good one. Okay. Let's see. Maybe there's a question or something. Let's see. Liam always has a question for me. So let's see. Could there be quick spikes that take out short people stops above that 4-hour high? Yes, that would typically be, that is a real potential. And that's the reason why I'm not saying just higher high. So you need a higher high and then you're good. No, you need to delete the divergence in order for the V reversal to not be one. Okay, so the market can definitely trick you. And let me just clean. There's a lot of chart art on at the moment. So if we look at this, we could potentially, the price is going to go where liquidity is at. If there's enough people stop there, it can wick all the way back down and then come back down. And we do not factor in wicks when we look for divergence. What do we do when we look for divergence? We look at closing price. So you can almost, just to prevent yourself from falling victim to this, you can always just switch to the line tool on your candles. If you don't have it, you can just click on the drop down bar in TradingView. There's the line tool. You can click on that, and there you can clearly see the divergences there. So unless we start going through this range and trade close candles there, have this this pink line there. Maybe I must need make it white as well. White's maybe a little bit more visible. Okay. Have that there. Then you know the divergence is gone. Then you know it's not 4-hour liquidity grabs. We're definitely trying to go on higher and go to the moon. Okay. Yes, and remember, go and have a watch those videos. And if you want to learn a little bit more, guys, I have a hell of a lot of videos that I've recorded regarding portfolio planning, basics on the RSI, and on trend line, stuff that I use on the daily. That's in the Discord. Okay, you can go and get it. Learn to trade. There's a whole channel there, Learn to Trade. Now, let's see if it's going to, everything is loading. It's just taking a little bit of time, but all these videos are in-depth stuff that's there. There's no price tag. There's no price barrier behind it. Okay, just go and get it. Okay. Let's see what Play Media has to say. Rudo, loving your chair as always. Patience is key. Patience is the hardest thing about trading. For the reality is that we want to be making money. So when we work, when you're busy with your day job, if you work hard, you can get to success quicker. But with trading, it's the opposite. You don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the trade, and sometimes there isn't one. So I will sometimes jump on this channel in the Discord with the guys, and then for the whole day, nothing happens. And then late in the afternoon, before we're almost ready to sign off, the setup triggers, and then we go. And it means that you need to be on standby if you want to be a trader. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay. Yes, exciting week ahead. And you know what? Every time people say that, the first guy that I followed when I started trading, this is now off topic. I'm not breaking trade. The first guy, his name is Crypto Picasso. And when you follow somebody, there's always a love-hate relationship. I'm going to show Crypto Picasso. It should. Let's see. I think it's no. This is a different one. Let me just. It is Crypto. I don't know how he's spelling it. Come on, but Crypto Picasso. I think it's maybe 2 S's. I don't know if he's got the O as a 0. I just need to. There we go. There we go. There he is. Okay. So this is the guy that I followed when I started trading, and that love-hate relationship that you go for this. Simple, because he's got a very simple way of trading. He does his a little bit different. So I'm just going to open a new layout. Let's just call it Picasso's layout, save. And I studied the guy in depth on the basis that I'm going to do this, and I've got even a drawing template that works on the way that he used to do it. So let's just quickly load it. I hope I still have it. Maybe I've deleted it. There it is. It will be there. Crypto Picasso setup. Okay, so this is how he trades. So I studied the guy in depth, and the thing about following people and saying that it's moving and all this stuff. Even he, at some stage, I had a point where I think this guy was a joke. And now that I've got enough hours behind the screen, the problem, the frustration is I used to use other people's setups, but I'll apply my own bias. If I agree with the guy, I'll take it. If I don't agree with the guy, I won't. And when he fails, I will skip and look for somebody different. And when he succeeds, I will probably not be the one following or doing exactly what he did, which means exactly what I'm trying to get to the point to. If you started following me and you were starting in May, things would have looked like I could do no wrong. And then all of a sudden, all you're getting is all the failed ones, which puts it into question. Is this guy really knowing what he's doing? Does this guy really know what he's doing? And that's basically the moral of the story, you know, in a way. You can follow a lot of people. He had a really artistic way of doing it because his charts were very colorful. Where did I now save that chart? I lost it now. But in any case, the fact of the matter is you have to stick with the probabilities. You have to have skin in the game, and you have to take the risk when it's needed, calculated risk, so that you can be in the move when it happens. Okay. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at there. Okay, so let's talk about the setup that I want to share with you guys. Okay. So this is the short setup I want to try. Okay. I'm in this long. Okay, as I've shared in the Discord, and I'm in a larger short, this short still, as I've shown you guys now on the exchange. And so the next setup is to say that this V reversal, everything leading up to this at this stage for me is telling that it's a trap. We had a big move. Now we're looking for liquidity. People were very easy to adopt the notion that the market's going to go bearish, and they went short here, and all their stops are basically just driving price back into the range. Okay. With hidden bearish divergence supporting that narrative. So the momentum is still pointing to more downside. So it means that I'm looking for a lower low. So this entry could still take place for the guys on YouTube. So I'm not deleting this. I'm not saying that this is not there. It can still happen for you guys. And in order for that to happen, what do we need to do? We need to now have a bearish setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say to you guys that the divergence is there. So clearly, the points that we need to consider to apply our fib to try and look for where the divergence is going to occur is going to be those 2 points on the chart, as you can see, okay, which means that I'm going to slap the fib on from there to the lowest point in between those 2 points, okay, there on price. And all I need to do is I can just drag that around. And this whole area is the sell zone. And then the TP zone would be for this short, would be when we make a lower low, and then indefinitely, if we fall below 93, which is the invalidation of this continuation, this bullish move, if we fall below that, I will then dream big and try and hold shorts for wherever it goes. Okay, so leave a little skin in the game for that matter. So there's your sell zone. So to bring this then into perspective, anywhere from there to there with the invalidation above the line is the area. So that is an active one. So I'm just going to put it in there because we're right in that sell zone at this moment. Why do we put this stop above it? Think about it. If 100 people now each short one Bitcoin, and they each and every one of them puts their stop at 106, because that is the line that this idiot on YouTube said. If everybody does that, it's a liquidity pocket that's just waiting to be grabbed if there's not enough momentum, and then goes. So hide yours above this. Always hide yours. I do that with mine. Hence the fact that I was lucky that I hit mine way high. I don't always do that, but I was trying to hedge my spot holdings as well. Okay. So that's just something you need to keep in the back of your mind. Okay. Let's see. One more question, then we're going to end off the stream. Quick question. Do you trade long and short on the same account? And would you suggest having one for long and one for shorts? Okay. I trade long and short on the same account, but I split my swing trading and my scalp trading. Oh, there's the chart. Okay, there. So when you look at my analysis as I go through everybody on the Discord for the lifetime members, I do a market tactics in the morning. There's this morning's video, and it gets timestamped with all the time frame analysis that I want to try and do. And this basically puts it in context nicely if I were to point it out. We look at the weekly time frame, and this is my hodl bias. So if I take trades on this, I have to consider the bias. So the short that I have is on this bias, meaning I'm dreaming targets in this area. And those trades, I don't want to see them every day because I understand that a week can go by and it means absolutely nothing for the trade. Okay. And that's why I have a portfolio for this time frame. And the daily factors into that same portfolio, which we can see the trend is breaking. Okay. And why I'm saying not V reversal as well, trend has broken. Okay. From a bullish point of view. So there's nothing. We could chop up against this area, but still go down. Okay. And then why I am also looking at the 4 hour, these 3 time frames, everything in that goes into one trade account, which is my swing trade account. But now I want to make money as well. I need to feed the monkey, as you would say. That's my 15-minute scalp time frame. It's a separate account. I trade that there. I trade this here. I've got trades on spot on a different area. And I skip between those ones specifically because otherwise it's easy to look at the profit on the one and then switch to, but I need that gains now or something like that. So it's easy to put that mind frame in there. Now, for short, long type of scenarios, exactly the same. But you remember now, consider the time frame, my friend. If you go short here, that is because you are hedging longs from there or there and vice versa. And it's to reduce the fees from going sideways. But if you're scalp trading, it doesn't really matter what the reason is for the long and the short. And that's why the portfolio needs to be separate. Okay, right. Look, we can still go down, Chris, for bear moon. You know, like we said, we can definitely still go down to these lower levels. You're right, but I'm also cautious of trying to be right too much. So consider this buy zone. Consider this buy zone, okay, and if the V reversal, if this turns into a V reversal, I mean, one big giant blue candle and we start trading there flat, I might change my mind. I have a right to do that. You as well. Then you're not going to get this. Then we need to do exactly like we did here. Look for hidden bullish divergence. The RSI will tell you. The RSI will give you the clues. Okay. And then we enter on the momentum. So we're potentially sitting here. And I'm saying maybe the trend's not going to break. But if it does, there might be this, and then we can enter. So just don't be hung up on it has to be this buy or it has to be 93 or 97. It could be that you've missed the bus at 100, and then you need to adapt like we did here. Okay. Thanks for taking time, guys. Remember to sign up. The spot trade is going to start today on Blofin, and there's a dedicated channel for everybody that's got the role in Discord. So for those that don't know how Discord works, your access gets unlocked by getting the roles. Basically, that unlocks the channels for you guys. So make sure to do that. Claim those roles, and each role has different benefits. There you have it. Okay. Thanks so much. Lami, Stanku, Chris. Have a lovely day, guys. See you in the afternoon for potential spot trade stream if the market allows. As we said, we're still looking for Ethereum to go down and a few other coins. So if the market allows, I will do a nice stream for you guys, and then otherwise I'll see you back again tomorrow. Cheers.